Hey guys, I'm Brittany Sanchez.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Michael Dixon.
My name is Nolan Alaya.
Hello, my name is Alex Rivas.
And today you're watching And so basically today we're going to be focusing on how to cook around a vegetarian diet. And so I was thinking, let's put like an Italian flair on this and let's create my own recipe that I like to call eggplant parmesan pizza. Okay, I'm back from the quick break, and while you guys were gone, I started by just putting a little bit of the sauce and the mozzarella cheese that I grated onto the pizza. And this pizza dough bread is by Panera Bread because I love Panera Bread. And it comes with the sauce and everything already, like the dough's already pre-made, because if you're in college, you really don't have time to be just making fresh dough like that. And then so, excuse me. And then so to make this like an eggplant parmesan pizza, what I did was I sliced half an eggplant and then I grilled it in a little bit of EVOO. And so what we want to do is spread the eggplant around on the pizza. And this is substituting like for like pepperoni on regular pizza since this is vegetarian. And I think that a common misconception with vegetarian like diet is that you don't really get a lot of the protein that's necessary. But that's actually untrue. A lot of like protein you can get from like different vegetables and stuff like that. And you also want to put on some bell pepper. I use green bell peppers that I sliced. This was half of a bell pepper. And you just want to put some around like however you want, how much you want. I mean, you don't really have to use all of the things that you chop. You want to make it to your liking. Okay, so I'm going to put that around nicely. And then I sauteed a little bit of onion, and I love like the caramelized look of onions. Like I don't really like them raw, so I decided to like cook them and saute them in butter first. You want to put that around too. And I also sauteed a little bit of mushroom because personally, like, and I know in my family, my mom, she loves a lot of these on for her. Like, other good benefits of vegetarian diets is that I was reading this article and it was saying that it actually helps with like living longer. It also helps with reduce the risk of certain cancers or heart disease, because if you're eating a lot of meat, a lot of times it has like fatty cholesterol and that leads to a lot of heart problems. And also it's talking about something to do with menopause. Like if you eat healthier, eat more fruits and vegetables, and be like on a vegetarian diet, then you won't get menopause so early on. Okay, so I put all my mushrooms on nicely around my pizza. And a lot of times when my grandma is making eggplant parmesan, she likes to put a little bit of parsley on top. And so I was like, that would be a nice little garnish to put a little bit of parsley on top of this. Not too enough to get a little bit of taste when it's heating up in the oven. Okay, so see, that was quick and simple. I mean, before all this grating and chopping and sauteing, that only took about 10 to 15 minutes, but I mean, if you're a pro and you chop really fast, it may take less. So I preheated my oven to 450 degrees, and now I'm going to put it into the oven for about 10 minutes. And now we're going to continue after a quick break, and the pizza should be done. And now we're back from our commercial break. I mean, look at this gorgeous eggplant parmesan pizza that we created today. I mean, you can't get better than this. It's easy and simple to make for your college schedule, and it's healthy, vegetarian. Like, who would think that vegetarian pizza could look this delicious? And now we're going to pass it on to Michael.
So, today we're going to be making a taco salad. And so, inside this taco salad, we're going to be having tortillas. Tortillas is kind of going to be like our base, like flour tortillas. It's going to be nice. What we're also going to use is cheese. Cheese, like that. We have our olives. Olives, black olives. We have our lettuce. We have our optional guacamole. Guacamole, avocados. We have black beans. And we have onions with tomatoes and some rosemary, sage, and thyme. So, just a little bit of an insight about what we're doing. So we're trying to create a diet that is both healthy for freshmen in college and also awesome and delicious. So we're going to start off with a taco salad. And this taco salad, first thing we're going to need is a tortilla. See that? Nice tortilla, all like flimsy and stuff. So I'm gonna put it into a pan, nice clean pan. I'm just gonna put my hands right on this just so you can see like how this is gonna be inside the thing. And so I'm gonna cook this for about a minute or so until it gets all like crispy. See that? Like that. Already made tortilla. That looks nice. That. Ooh, it's delicious. So the next thing we're going to need is lettuce. So just a little bit of an insight on the health benefits of lettuce. Lettuce also helps people lose weight and keep weight off, and also it also helps create insulin. And so when the body stops creating insulin, that's usually a sign of diabetes, and that's usually a sign from large amounts of sugar and glucose intake. So next thing we're going to need is beans. Look at that, beans. That's delicious. That's awesome. And so what we're going to do with our beans, we're just going to place them. Just going to place them ever so gently. Ever so gently. Yeah, just going to put my hands right on that. Look at that. That's delicious. So the next thing we're going to put on top of our awesome-tastic, delicious taco salad is our lettuce. So we're just going to put that gently. So this is how it's looking. Look at that. That looks good. Got the lettuce on top of that. So the next thing we're going to use is going to have our tomatoes, our onions, and our rosemary, sage, and thyme. So the reason why I added rosemary, sage, and thyme is because those are like sort of like power herbs. And so the herb thyme actually helps with aging and looking old. Get it? Time, because it reverses time. So I thought that was funny. We also have sage, and sage is there for muscle cramps and muscle fatigue. And then rosemary is there for to help you with your memory, so that way you don't like forget anything in college. So I threw this in there because I feel like those herbs are very, very, very good and essential for college and like the college life and stuff like that, and not forgetting anything in college. So we're just gonna grab this. I'm gonna throw this on top. So next we're going to add some olives. Olives. Next, I'm going to add some cheese. And last but not least, like I said before, it is an optional guacamole. You don't need to add guacamole if you don't need to. But that is our taco salad. Taco salad. Delicious. And next up, Nolan.
And today we're going to be focusing on the vegetarian diet, a little more healthy side. So today we're going to be making a vegetarian mac and cheese. Now, vegetarian mac and cheese is so much more healthier for you because you don't have like the bacon and stuff, which is a lot of fat, and you don't really need fat in your life because fat is bad. So for this specific mac and cheese, we have 3 different types of cheeses, 1 cup each. First I have Colby and Monterey Jack, and then I have triple cheddar and mozzarella. And after that, you're going to be needing 4 tablespoons of butter for your sauce, 4 tablespoons of flour, a cup of breadcrumbs, and some olive oil, and 2 cups of whatever type of pasta you like. So the first step of making our macaroni and cheese is to fill a medium saucepan with water and add our macaroni to it, and also sprinkle in a bit of salt. And we're going to let that boil for like 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, so while that's boiling, we're going to add our 4 tablespoons of butter into a different pan and let that melt. So now that our butter is melted, we're going to add our 4 tablespoons of flour. And you want to keep on mixing because you don't want it to like kind of ball up and make like lumps and stuff. You don't want lumps. Lumps are bad. Lumps cause cancer. This is a healthy life. Now that this is forming, I'm going to add the almond milk. And almond milk is a lot better than regular milk because it has a lot of proteins that some vegetarians don't get because they don't eat meat like other people. I'm going to add this in slowly so it doesn't like form more chunks. Because chunks are bad. They cause lumps. Lumps cause cancer. So we added our first cup of milk. We're going to add 1 more. And then slowly. Okay, we're gonna stir this until it turns into like a custardy form, because we're gonna spread this over our macaroni and cheese, so it'll melt the cheese. Okay, so our macaroni is done. I'm gonna take it out of the pot and drain it, because that's what you're supposed to do. That's healthy. Okay, so now our milk is hardening, or thickening, I should say. We need to preheat our oven to 400. 400. Okay. And then we're going to put in our cheese into the milk. Do you know who cheese? Cheese was actually invented by a photographer in 1999. Got some facts there, you know? Okay, we're going to add the mozzarella. Just half of the mozzarella. And then we're going to add the last cup of cheese, which is Kobe Jack. Okay, now that we got our macaroni and cheese all incorporated with each other, we're going to pour it into this Pyrex thing. Next, we're gonna top it off with the breadcrumbs, so you can get like that crust, because everybody likes the crust. You need a good crunch in your mac and cheese. I don't know how this is gonna become crunchy, but I'm just gonna cross my fingers. Oh, I missed. Okay, we're gonna add some olive oil on the top, so we can get it like, so we can help it like. Oh. Okay, so now we got the breadcrumbs and olive oil on top of the macaroni and cheese. We're gonna top it off with the rest of the mozzarella, so we can get like a little bit cheesy taste in that crunch. Now we're gonna wait for the oven to heat to 400, and then we're gonna put it in there for like 10 minutes. Okay, so now I'm gonna cut a piece for myself, because you know I want to taste this. It looks not that side, but this side looks a lot. Actually, really good. There's a lot of flavor to it. I think I dropped some. That's okay. You can eat that later. So, thank you for watching my show. Next, we're gonna have Alex with a little dessert for our little vegetarian people. So stay tuned.
Alright, so today I'm going to be teaching the dessert portion of the 5-course meal that we have laid out for you guys today. So, as we said before, our diet is vegetarian. And a big part of vegetarian is not just the vegetables and the tofu and stuff like that, but it's also the fruit. And you want to make sure that you have a healthy balance between both so that you get all the nutrients that you can get. So what I'm going to be making today is we're going to be making some popsicles. So these popsicles are going to have raspberries, blueberries, and strawberries. So we have a cup of water that we're going to put into the boiler. And then we have half a cup of sugar. So what you want is you want to make sure that the sugar dissolves. So this is basically the syrup that we're creating. We have 3 1/4 ounce of blueberries. I wasn't exactly exact with that measurement. That's just a suggestion. Of course, if you want more blueberries, less strawberries, you can do that. Then we have 5 ounces of raspberries and 5 ounces of strawberries. I added a few more strawberries in here because that's my favorite. So we added in there. Then first you gotta wash your hands. So as I was saying before, vegetarianism has actually been around for quite a while. It's been they've dated it back to around 5 BC, and even before with the Greece, the ancient Greece. And of course back then it wasn't about nutritious and what's good for you, because of course they didn't know about that stuff back then. And it was rather instead about saving. And not only until recent studies, not really recent, but like more recent than 5 BC, did they discover that there's actually a lot of nutritional benefits to the vegetarian diet. And some of these benefits are that many of the fats and cholesterol that is present in meat is not present when you have a vegetarian diet. So, as I continue to mix the water and put the fruits into the blender. So, got all your fruits in the blender. Alright, so that looks about right. Except for, you see all the seeds in there. Alright, so while I'm doing that, real quick, another step you want to do is you want to take your hot water that's got the dissolved sugar in it, your sugar water. That was not a great idea. put it in your refrigerator. We want to make sure that it's nice and cool for when we put it in the freezer later on. Alright, so once you're done pureeing the stuff and doing all that mumbo jumbo, now you're supposed to combine the sugar water that we made earlier and the fruit combination. That seems about right. Looks like a smoothie now, but it's not a smoothie, it's popsicles. Alright, so now using this nice smelling mixture, you can start pouring it into... One of the biggest killers in America is heart disease, and we've learned this recently in class. Heart disease is a major killer and it's a big problem, and sugar is a big benefactor in heart disease. And if you want to decrease your chances of getting heart disease, going vegetarian is actually a great option. Like, by going vegetarian, if you're a man, you basically decrease your chances by 30%, and if you're a woman, you decrease them by 20%. And to top it all off, we got our American flag picks. They're not popsicle sticks, but that's okay because they have little American flags on them and they're cute. So, you got your popsicles done and ready. Gonna go put them in the freezer. Alright, so I'm back. The popsicles are done and frozen. So, since it's probably gonna be difficult for them to come out of there, I'll just taste it. Use a little spoon. That's some good stuff. Thanks for watching. LA Cook 'em.